I'm going to close this windows here and okay, very well. Okay, so I'm going to go back to 19th Emirp. Emirps are those primes that if you write them backwards, they're also going to be another prime. Okay, so it's basically the mirror image of the thing. And so the 19th Emirp is 359. And chapter 3, verse 59 actually tells us a universal fact. The universal fact is that God says, indeed, the creation of Adam, as far as God is concerned, is the likes of what He created Jesus. So the creation of Adam and Jesus are exactly the same. And so God says all He did was say to it be, and it became. Okay. So that's what 359 is. But 359 is also the 19th Emirp. Because God says in the Quran, He says that over it is 19. Over this ayah, over this sign is 19. Okay. So also 359 happens to be an additive prime. That means that if you add the digits of 359, 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 9 is 17, so that becomes another prime number. So this is called, these are in mathematics, they're called additive primes. Okay, it means the number of digits, the sum of digits actually adds up to 19. Happens to be the 42nd additive prime. But 19 times 47 is 798, and 798 is the sum of the initials in chapter 19 in the Quran. Remember now, chapter 19, which is called Mary, has the longest number of initials. There are 5 initials in there, in the verse in that chapter. Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. 5 Arabic letters. If you count those in that chapter, you end up with 798, which is 19 times 42. So this 359, by being the virtue of being an Emirp, 19th Emirp, and 42nd additive prime, will generate the number of initials in chapter 19. Chapter 19, 798 is the frequency of initials in chapter 19, as I said, and the Emirp of 359 happens to be 953. So if you write it backwards, it becomes 953. So 953rd composite happens to be 1143. But 1143 is 9 times 127, and chapter 9 has 127 verses. Okay? So we discussed this last week. So now, today I want to introduce you to this. The 953rd twin prime is 30853. Now, I didn't just choose this by accident. Okay? The reason is because God is telling us that over it is 19. Okay. Look at 308,553. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 8 is 16, plus 3 is 19. So the sum of the digits of this adds up to 19. Okay. But more importantly, this happens to be a Gaussian prime. A Gaussian composite. 30853 happens to be a Gaussian composite. And it happens to be that the index of this Gaussian composite is 1657. Okay? 1657 in base 19 is 9127 in base 10. And again, Surah 9 has 127 verses. But now look at the serious things that happen. We started with 30853, which the number of the digital sum of this number becomes 19. It's a prime number. The digital sum becomes 19. Okay. Furthermore, the index of this in the domain of Gaussian composite happens to be 1657. 5 plus 7 is 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. You get another prime number which has its index to be 19. Okay. So this one written in base 19 is going to become 9127 in base 10. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 7 is 19. So you generate 3 other prime numbers with this. That all the digital sums is equal to 19. Okay. You're not fiddling with numbers. Let me tell you this. Let me do this. Okay. I'm not just randomly choosing these things because I like to do it. I like to create something. Okay. These come automatically because the number of digits, the sum of the digits add up to 19. Just when God says that. I'm not saying this. Okay. And we know that chapter 9 has 127 verses. Okay. We further know that 1657 happens to be an additive prime also because it adds up to 19. We just saw it, okay, which is a prime number, the sum of digits. And 139 happens to be the number of letters in the opener, Al-Fatiha. When you do the Al-Fatiha, you recite 139 Arabic letters. Okay? And 139 also happens to be a additive prime. 1 plus 3 plus 9 is 13. So 13 is a prime number, so it's an additive prime. It happens to be the 19th additive prime. So every time you do that, you basically are telling, you're bearing witness that 9 has 127 verses, not 129. Okay, as you see it in the books in print. Okay. So now you see how this actually works. Okay. The system works, and it gives gravitas to what I was saying before this. And what we have to do, we have to re-examine our lives. Okay. That God knows that during hardship, you actually turn to Him. Okay. And during prosperity, you forget Him. Okay. Every time we need Him, we say, okay, let's do Al-Fatiha. When we have prosperity, we never say let's do Al-Fatiha, which is basically you're praising God. You have to do that too. Okay? All of us should do that. So I'm going to stop here and we'll finish our Jum'ah. Allahul Kabir.